Enter the Wrath of Cenarius, one of the most annoying items to obtain in World of Warcraft Classic, but also one of the strongest items for consideration for eager protection paladins of both World of Warcraft Classic, but even more so in the upcoming TBC Classic. Wrath of Cenarius takes up a ring slot, and the equip reads, gives a chance when your harmful spells land to increase the damage of your spells and effects by 132 for 10 seconds. In the context of paladins, this is incredibly strong, as the initial cast of consecration can proc the effect indefinitely with no internal cooldown that has been noticed. 132 spell power with the proc, or rather 144 spell power when you enchant it in TBC Classic, will net considerable damage added to consecration and our other abilities that skill with spell power. Currently, the jury is out on the effectiveness of Skullflame Shield and Demonforge Breastplate in TBC due to limited testing happening on the beta, but the spell power will also benefit the healing and damage that are provided by these items. Currently in Classic WoW, Wrath of Cenarius completes the holy trinity of Paladin AoE farming pieces, strengthening Skullflame Shield and Demonforge Breastplate's significance. In the lifespan of TBC, no ring will come close to providing this much power, as this will remain the BiS for Paladin AoE farming for the duration of the expansion. Proc is said to be around 5% per mob hit by the respective cast, so if you drop a consecration that when cast hits 20 mobs, you should be guaranteed a proc. This means that if you're participating in an AoE grind kill phase that frequently incorporates more than 20 mobs, you can expect a near 100% uptime on the spell power for the duration of the mob's life. The ring is an epic reward from the Silithus Field Duty quest series that dropped with the release of AQ40, and I'll provide a link to the wiki article in the description that goes over how to obtain it in greater detail. In short, you need to be exalted with the Cenarian Circle. The best way of earning rep for the Cenarian Circle is to consistently clear AQ20. AQ40 also provides some rep, and if you have a lot of spare gold, you can also turn in 10 encrypted Twilight texts at a time for rep. Following getting exalted, you need 15 combat badges, 20 logistics badges, and 20 tactical badges, which can be obtained by participating in the Silithus Field Duty quest. And then finally, you need 1 Mark of Cenarius, which is rewarded from a follow-up tactical quest requiring you to kill each of the 4 dukes once that you summon with Twilight gear. If some or all of what I just said makes little sense to you, familiarize yourself with Silithus Field Duty in the wiki page below. Right, next I'm going to demonstrate the effectiveness of Wrath of Cenarius in a Scarlet Monastery Armory run. What you need to remember here is that you need to hit around 20 mobs with the initial consecration cast to get the proc. In this example run, I'm going to take a lot more damage than I need to, as I'm trying to show the benefits of proccing the item throughout the run as it benefits your healing from Skullflame Shield and Demonforge Breastplate. But in common experience, you don't really need to take this much damage, and the proc is more useful in a kill phase than it's ever going to be in a pull phase, but it's still useful nonetheless in adding additional healing. Alright, so we're going to do a quick practical demonstration of Wrath of Cenarius, Scarlet Monastery Armory. This is a really good spot to showcase it in Classic WoW, the uses of it, as you'll get a lot of procs during the pull phase, and then you'll have pretty much 100% uptime in the kill phase per usual. The proc chance is supposed to be around 5% per mob hit, and of course we're going to be using rank 1 consecration to be proccing it during the pull phase, and then max rank consecration to be pulling it outside of that. So we're just going to begin the pull per usual, do the pull as we normally would. The uses come in here as even with a Zanza or 20% movement speed, you're still going to get dinged by some of the mobs every now and then, just depending on where you have to go to body pull or aggro some of the mobs. We'll do a rank 1 right here after I get this right here, and they're all kind of wound up. Jump. There's a proc right there, so you can track my procs right here next to my character model, that counting down timer right there. Just going to get the mobs as usual. Do another one. So right there, I didn't get the proc. I didn't jump. I think jump ever so slightly maybe increases your range on the proc chance. I don't know how that works now with the removal of spell batching, or if that was related to spell batching. Maybe someone can inform us in the comments. So another proc right there, just a jump. Go for a quick Divine Favor Holy Light here, just because didn't get a proc there. So it's kind of weird. You have to learn how to get your procs out of it. especially during the pull phases. But it's usually a good idea to just kind of avoid getting hit by these mobs. I've been doing a poor job, so right now I'm gaining on them right now. I've been doing a poor job of avoiding them, and I'm getting unlucky with Force of Will procs, so I'm actually taking a lot of damage. But if you have Force of Will procs and you have Wrath of Cenarius up, kind of like I do now, you'll see my health starts to increase ever so slightly. I'm kind of out healing the damage that I'm taking. Then we'll go into the kill phase. So we had pretty good uptime there outside of the kill phase. I'm going to put bubble up, have a rank 1 down while they get grouped the way I want them. Go ahead and get into position. Consecration, ZHC. As you can see, I have 723 spell power right now with all ZHC stacks. Drop another consecration, we go down to 706 when we lose that ZHC. But Wrath of Cenarius is pretty much 100% uptime in these kill phases, so it's as effective as basically a mini trinket. And nothing in the ring slot is really going to compare right now in Classic or in TBC to the potential of this. Not only does it buff your damage, it's going to buff your consecration way more in pre-patch with the higher spell coefficient. But also, if you're using Skull Flame Shield and Demon Forge Breastplate, it's going to enhance your self-healing by those modifiers. And it's quite effective for that. So this pull is winding down. We're about 3 minutes in combat right now. We'll look at buff uptime. Spell Blasting is at 45%. Granted, that's heavily skewed because most of the pull was actually the pull phase and not the kill phase, but we had near 100% uptime in the kill phase. And that is pretty much the effectiveness of Wrath of Cenarius, why it will be the BiS ring slot item for AoE farming from Pallies for the duration of TBC, so long as it doesn't get changed in any form or nerfed. Right now it doesn't have any kind of internal cooldown, or if it does have one, it's at least less than 8 seconds, so every time, you know, every consecration in a kill phase, I'm effectively proccing it. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Additionally, if this video inspired you to endure the grind of getting Wrath of Cenarius, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.